What are my chances to get a good result at the toughest race in the ATM season? This race has two categories that gives you ATM points. I choose the 75 kilometer one, which has 5,600 meters of elevation. What makes this race really difficult is it's a very technical terrain. You might get caught in mountain weather. Mantra Summit Challenge is a really intimidating race for me, and I happily avoided this race in the last few years. But this time I have to go. I want some more points. The field was stacked with a lot of good runners. We had 3 elite runners from Vietnam. We had Indonesian elite runners like Arif Wismoyono, Taufik Hidayat or Alan Molana in the race. And we have Pablo Diago, Spanish runner based in Singapore, who has 2 or 3 podium finishes from the last few years. The race started at 6 in the morning and it went straight into a 2,400 meter climb up to the summit of Mount Vileran. At kilometer 3, I think we climbed already 1,000 meters. Whoa! I was lucky to kind of be able to keep up with Pablo. Since he is a 2-time, 3-time podium finisher, I thought if I'm gonna adapt to his pace, I'll be alright. As we climb up the mountain, hey, you can smell the sulfur. Not easy to breathe. Whew. Don't forget to check in. Langsung check out ya. Terima kasih semuanya. The summit of Gunung Arjuna. Gunung Arjuna. Highest point of the race. What's the elapsed time? Udah jam berapa nih?
Sekarang jam 10.34.
Okay, elapsed time 4 hours 30 minutes. I'll get some water. The long descent from the summit of Mount Arjuna was super technical. To my understanding, this trail hasn't been used in almost 2 years due to COVID restriction. It was really technical, and I think I rolled my left ankle twice and my right ankle 3 times. Luckily, made it to the 8th station at the bottom of the mountain. VS number 5, kilometer 27. After running 34 kilometers, this is the first piece of asphalt. Already pretty beaten up, I arrived at 8th station number 7, which is just before another really steep climb. This climb is called Mahapena. It's a kind of infamous climb in the racing scene of Holo, Indonesia. So it's a beast of a climb and it takes a really long time. At the 8th station, before the climb, I made a big mistake. I only grabbed water and only a few pieces of fruit, which turned out to be not enough calories for this long climb. So what happened was, as I climbed, I was feeling weaker and weaker, running out of energy, and then I even got some really bad cramps in my legs. And as you know, it's that steep. It's 40 degrees. It's not the best spot in the race to have some kind of calf cramp, because you kind of try to stretch your leg while holding onto something that you don't slide down the mountain. Hit reset button. I was just a mess. So I sat down, had some hot food, changed my shoes, which felt like a brand new day. As I was changing my shoes, I heard the news that a lot of the elite runners had dropped out from the race. Surprisingly, by then I was running in 3rd. And then things got even better. My headlamp died. It wasn't the batteries, there was some malfunction, and yeah, I had to continue by using my handphone. Luckily, I made it to the next 8th station, and the guys there were super nice. One of them offered me his headlamp, which I happily accepted. I think I was moving at probably 20 minutes per kilometer. Looking at my watch, it's like, oh man, this is gonna be a long day. And as expected, also this headlamp died on me. So by then I had to continue with my headphone again, extremely exhausted, not sure if I still make it to the finish line. So I kept walking. I had this little light from my handphone. And yeah, as the finish line got closer and closer, energy came back and so I crossed the finish line in 3rd position, which is a big step forward towards qualifying for the grand final. And I definitely feel more comfortable in big mountains. The best thing about this race is that my friend Ari from Bandung crushed the course record, and the new record is 14 hours and 18 minutes. This race was really well organized. I had a lot of fun at all the 8 stations, and big thank you to the team behind Mantra Summit Challenge. It was a really well organized event. As always, if you have the running community behind the race, people know what they're supposed to do. Great marking, great 8 stations. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you want to see how my journey continues, please subscribe to my channel.